Hello again, YouTube. Carl Belch here. Today we're taking a look at the Lumapower EDC LM21 AAA flashlight. This flashlight can also handle lithium 10440 cells, which give it a maximum potential output of 350 lumens from its Cree XPG R5 emitter. Now, this light features a reverse glow-in-the-dark tail clicky, a removable repositionable pocket clip, and an orange peel reflector with a glow-in-the-dark O-ring around the bezel there, which you probably can't see on camera, but it's a little bit of the green there around the edge. As I said before, this light is capable of taking a 10440 cell with up to 350 lumens. However, that's an extremely limited runtime. They're not listed for 10440, and I personally don't have one to try out on this flashlight because it doesn't particularly interest me given how short the runtimes of 10440 cells could be. We're talking in maybe terms of a quarter that of a primary cell like I like to run. Now, with the nickel metal hydride, you can expect 2500 minutes on the 3 lumen low. You can expect 200 minutes on the 60 lumen medium, and you can expect up to 45 minutes on the 100 lumen high. That covers the basics. Now let's get into the nitty gritty of this light. On paper, this light is amazing and it has some good features. It is well built and it's a fairly good value. You can find these for just under $30 at the time of making this video. And I did carry this as my EDC light for a period of time. However, there are a couple things that I don't particularly like on this flashlight. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of glow-in-the-dark. If you are, this may be great for you. If not, you may not like the tail clicky here. Also, as you can see, it's extremely spongy and it feels like it's quite thin, so I worry about it wearing out, and I'm not sure how easy replacements will be because Lumapower is overseas. Second of all, this reflector is very flood. It doesn't have much throw. If we compare it here to the flashlight that I've reviewed before, Streamlight MicroStream, which is also a AAA powered, you can see that on its medium setting, which is theoretically almost twice that of the MicroStream, that there is definitely a little bit of difference in brightness, but as we move away from the table, the hot spot on the LM21 dissipates very quickly. Now, right now, we're only about 18 inches above the desk, and you can see how diffuse the LM21 has gotten already. Now, that leads me to a couple issues with first of all, the emitter and the light setup. Frankly, I don't feel like the numbers as far as brightness carry through. It is fairly subjective in this case, as I don't have a way of testing them scientifically, but certainly due to the throw, this flashlight's throw is nowhere near the MicroStream's, and the brightness doesn't quite seem on par to me. The specifications are also very near that of the max output of the emitter, which doesn't leave much room for inefficiencies in the driver. So I do have to question the output of this a little bit. I'm sure the lumen numbers are probably accurate, but there's some out the front inefficiencies. I'm not sure if it's the reflector or the lens, but it certainly doesn't feel as bright as the numbers say. If we compare it to some competitor flashlights, namely here on my EDC keychain, I have the Volenio Designs Quantum D2. This flashlight features the XPG2 emitter. This flashlight is significantly more expensive. However, if we turn it up to its maximum 120 lumen setting, and then we turn the LM21 to its maximum listed of 100 lumens, it is vastly outshined by the Quantum D2. This, as you can see, it has a brighter hotspot in the Quantum D2, but as you zoom out, you can lose the LM21's beam and the Quantum D2's beam. So the Quantum D2 does an excellent job of having a very good flood without losing quite as much throw. The LM21 doesn't have quite the throw. You can see there, theoretically, that is about a 10 lumen difference or a 20 lumen difference between the two. It's a little subjective, and there again, cameras make it kind of hard to see, but in my experience, the LM21 doesn't have enough throw for my everyday carry, and that's why I've switched back to the MicroStream. However, that does not mean it's not a good flashlight. It is good value. It's probably about $10 cheaper on average than the MicroStream. it is pretty awesome to be able to get the higher outputs out of this. However, I don't feel like they're usable because you're talking probably around, my estimate would be 15 minutes or less of runtime at 350 lumens, and that's if the light doesn't get too hot if you're running a 10440 cell. So overall, it's a pretty good flashlight. However, it's certainly not my choice as it doesn't fall to my hand very well, and I don't particularly like that it comes on the low setting. And the beam doesn't seem very powerful to me. It doesn't seem to meet specifications, and I feel like my microstream outperforms it. That may be, there again, a very subjective review, but that's why you ask for my opinion on flashlights, is because I play with them a lot. So overall, if you like glow-in-the-dark, if you like flood beams, not a bad option. If you don't want to spend as much as the microstream, not a bad option. If you want a little more compact than the microstream, it's a good option. This is a tiny light for a AAA for this much output. So overall, good light, not for me. Beware of the downsides. So once again, it's been a little while since I've made a video, and I'd like to appreciate those that have hung around. This is a little bit of a new camera setup we have going here. I'm going to be back generating some more content with you guys as soon as I can, and I hope everyone will stick around, and I always appreciate your comments, likes, and make sure to subscribe if you want to catch us new videos coming out soon. Thanks again.